Brittany Furlan is a well-known social media personality who has over 20 million followers on TikTok. She's also the wife of the famous rocker Tommy Lee. But recently, Brittany got catfished. And not just any person catfished her. The person was actually a fake version of a well-known real-life musician named Ronnie Radke. So, here's what happened to her. Brittany was going through some tough times in her marriage with Tommy Lee. She would go on to tell the entire world about these issues through TikTok videos. But before that, the catfisher reached out to her. The individual created a fake Instagram account pretending to be Ronnie Radke, an American rock musician and songwriter, best known as the lead singer of the band Fallin' in Reverse. The account was called at Ronnie Radke and had images of the real Ronnie Radke. It said he was the lead singer of Fallin' in Reverse. Brittany knew this account because she was a fan of Fallin' in Reverse. But why did this fake Ronnie reach out to her? Well, we don't know for sure, but it may have been because he heard about her marital problems and thought he could take advantage of her. He might have also seen her as a target, an easy mark who was going through things and looking for comfort. Whatever his reasons were, the fake Ronnie began sliding into Brittany's DMs at first. They discussed music, Brittany's favorite band, and then Brittany's husband, Tommy Lee. The couple had been together for years, but their relationship had been on the rocks lately. As Brittany later revealed, she started making videos about the troubles in her marriage and Tommy's apparent infidelity. In one of these videos, she showed a text conversation on her phone that she said was between her and Tommy. Many people commented on the post, sharing their opinions and support. They encouraged her to leave him if the accusations were true. It was during this difficult time that the fake Ronnie account messaged her on Instagram. According to Brittany, they talked for weeks, and the fake Ronnie told her that he was there for her if she needed to talk. This was when the fake Ronnie began to gain her trust. He sympathized with her problems and offered words of comfort. Brittany began confiding into fake Ronnie and shared intimate details about her life, thinking she was connecting with a real person. As the conversation continued, the fake Ronnie began asking for favors. He asked for money, gift cards, and even tried to get her to send explicit pictures. Brittany agreed, sending him thousands of dollars in compromising photos. At this point, she believed she was helping a friend in need. But in reality, she was being exploited by a scammer. When people began commenting on Brittany's posts about the fake Ronnie, she would respond by saying, "He's a real person." This only added fuel to the fire, making people even more curious about this mysterious man who seemed to be comforting her during her difficult time. However, eventually, Brittany discovered that the whole thing was a sham. The Instagram account was fake, and the person she had been talking to was not the real Ronnie Radke. She was devastated. Not only had she been scammed, but she had also been tricked by someone who had pretended to be a close friend. In response to the news, Brittany began posting several no-deleted TikToks to explain what had happened. She detailed how the fake Ronnie had manipulated her into sending him money and explicit images. She also shared screenshots of their conversations. Exposing the extent of the scam, many people were shocked by the news. How could someone fake an entire Instagram account and deceive Brittany into a relationship? It seemed too crazy to be true. But the evidence was clear, and Brittany's followers rallied around her, showing their support and love during this difficult time. However, after posting these videos, Brittany faced massive backlash. Many people thought that she had overshared personal details and brought unwanted attention to herself and her marriage. Some people also criticized her for falling for such an obvious scam, accusing her of being gullible and careless. Brittany decided to deactivate or delete her TikTok and Twitter accounts due to the overwhelming hate and drama. Her fans were confused and concerned by her sudden disappearance from social media. They wondered if everything was okay and why she had deleted her accounts. This was when the media got involved. News outlets began reporting on the Brittany Furlan catfishing scandal, discussing the details of the fake Ronnie Radke account and how it had deceived her. The story went viral, generating millions of views and sparking widespread discussion online. As more information came to light, people began to question how such a sophisticated scam could have been carried out. They also wondered how Brittany could have been tricked into believing that the account was real. Some people defended Brittany, arguing that she had been through a lot and was simply looking for someone to talk to. They claimed that the stress of her marriage problems had affected her judgment and made her more vulnerable to manipulation. Others argued that she should have been more careful and suspicious of the account from the start. They pointed out that it was obvious that the account was fake and that the person behind it had malicious intent. The debate raged on, with people taking sides and expressing their opinions online. Some people even began digging into the past of the fake Ronnie Radke account, trying to find out who was behind it. They analyzed old posts and messages, searching for clues that could lead them to the scammer. As the investigation continued, more details emerged about the person behind the fake account. It was revealed that the individual was not a musician at all, but rather a random person who had created the account to scam people like Brittany. The person had used images and information from the real Ronnie Radke to make the account look legitimate, and had carefully crafted a backstory to support it. The news of the person's true identity shocked everyone involved in the Brittany Furlan catfishing scandal. People could not believe that someone would go to such lengths to deceive others. Eventually, the person behind the fake account came forward and apologized for their actions. They admitted that they had made a mistake and that they were sorry for the pain they had caused Brittany and her fans. However, despite the apology, many people still felt that the person should be held accountable for their actions. They demanded that they be banned from social media platforms and that they face legal consequences. As the scandal continued to make headlines, Brittany Furlan's fans rallied around her once again, showing their support and love during this difficult time. Despite the negative attention and criticism she had received, Brittany took the opportunity to educate others about online scams and the importance of being careful when interacting with strangers on social media. She shared her story with news outlets and at events, hoping to prevent other people from falling victim to similar scams. As time passed, the media's focus shifted away from Brittany Furlan and the fake Ronnie Radke account. The story had captured the attention of millions and had become a cautionary tale about the dangers of online scams and the importance of being careful when interacting with strangers on social media. However, the impact of the scandal on Brittany's life was still significant. She had been a rising star in the social media world, but the controversy surrounding her marriage and the catfishing incident had tarnished her reputation and caused her to take a break from the spotlight. As she moved forward, Brittany knew that she had to focus on her mental health and well-being. She took time away from social media to heal and reflect and to work on her personal growth. During this time, she sought therapy and counseling to help her process the trauma of the catfishing incident. And to cope with the stress of her marriage problems, Brittany also reached out to her friends and family for support and understanding. She realized the importance of having a strong support system and leaned on those closest to her for comfort and guidance. As Brittany began to heal, she started to take small steps towards rebuilding her life. She began to see a bright future ahead of her, full of possibilities and opportunities. Despite the challenges she had faced, she was determined to move forward and create a new chapter in her life. With the support of her loved ones and a renewed focus on her own well-being, Brittany was able to pick up the pieces and rebuild her life. She slowly began to re-enter the social media world, sharing positive messages and updates with her followers. Although the experience had been traumatic, Brittany knew that she was stronger because of it. She had learned valuable lessons about online safety and the importance of prioritizing her own mental health. She also realized the importance of speaking out against scammers and using her platform to help others. As time passed, the controversy surrounding Brittany Furlan's marriage and the catfishing incident faded from the headlines. But her story continued to have a lasting impact on the social media world. She became an advocate for online safety and a role model for survivors of. And while the experience had been traumatic, Brittany knew that she was stronger because of it.